As you become a president, you will know that you have a huge responsibility on your shoulders. And when the club members are also with you, in tow, in par with you, and supporting in all that you do, that's when you are up there. So first and foremost, very happy to see such beautiful projects happening this year. And what do you think, Ram?
Yeah, wonderful projects. I think as presidents, we have our own responsibility to the community, right?
Sure. Yeah.
You president irundhirukella?
Yeah, I was the president, yes. You too, right?
Nanu irundirukken.
Past presidents, yeah.
And how long have you been in Rotary?
Actually, this is my 10th year, 10 years achu na Rotary vandu. What about you, Ram?
Na 14 years irukken.
14 years, oh my God, you're senior to me, man.
Yeah, நான் senior தான். ஆனால் you are already an AG, you are revenue director, revenue thing ரொம்ப successful இருக்க. எப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா?
You really want to know? Frank-ஆ சொல்லட்டுமா?
நீ frank-ஆ சொல்லியோ இல்லையோ இப்போ வரப்போறவங்க frank-ஆ சொல்லி ஆகணும்.
Okay, what? எதை பத்தி?
How to decode success, speaking frankly. So அது யார் பண்ண போறான்னு தெரியுமா?
சொல்லு.
Our PRID AS Venkatesh.
Oh, நம்ம வெங்கியா. Oh, he's so popular in Rotary.
Yeah, அவர் பாப்புலர் மட்டும் இல்ல, பாப்புலர் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஒரு கம்பெனி நடத்திட்டு இருக்காரு.
Oh, so அவரை சீக்கிரம் கூப்பிடலாமா?
ஆமா, we call upon AS Venkatesh, our PRID, to come over stage.
So இப்போ நடக்க போறது போட்டியா இல்ல பார்ட்டியா இல்ல பேட்டியா ராம்?
எனக்கு என்ன நடக்க போகுதுன்னு தெரியல, அவருக்கு தான் கிளியரா தெரியும். ஆனா நிறைய क्वेश्चंस கேட்கிறதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. This is the best time for you to do that, and I hand it over to Venki to introduce the panelists or call the panelists.
Over to you, Venki.
நீங்க இந்த வெளிச்சத்துல எவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்கீங்கன்னு தெரியல, கொஞ்சம் பலமா சத்தம் போட்டீங்கன்னா தெரியும் எவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்குன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியும். Okay. See, there was a book long time back which I read. All you want to know about, you can fill in whatever you want to, but didn't know whom to ask. It's a very interesting book. Similar to that, if there had to be a session which will answer this, all you wanted to know about Rotary, but didn't know whom to ask, you will have 4 of them whom you can ask. So let me introduce those 4 who will join me on stage right now. The one who everybody fondly calls the light up governor. யாருக்கெல்லாம் புரிஞ்ச கை தட்டுங்க. Light up governor. Of course, the one and only, the Chanakya of our district, past governor Nazar. Please give a big round of applause. Next we have the smiling assassin. அவர் வந்து சிரிச்சுக்கிட்டே இருப்பார், ஒரு புன்முறுவலோடே இருப்பார், ஆனால் மண்டை அப்படி வேலை செஞ்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கு உருன்னு. Who was also my president. When I was governor, he was my president. The tall and handsome Srini. நல்லா கை தட்டுங்க, பட் அவர் கோச் பாரு. Next we have the directory of Rotary. நீங்க டைரக்டரினா இது பிரிண்டட் வெர்ஷன் நினைக்காதீங்க, மண்டைக்குள்ளே டைரக்டரி வச்சிருக்கிற ஆள் ஒருத்தர் இருக்கார் நம்ம டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்ல. ஜே ஸ்ரீதர். எங்க வேற ஸ்ரீதர்? டைரக்டர் அப்டேட் பண்ண போயிருப்பார் நினைக்கிறேன் எங்கேயாவது. ஸ்ரீதர் யாரை சொல்லிட்டீங்க, என்ன கேள்வி கேட்க போறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டீங்க போல இருக்கு, பயந்து போயிட்டார் ஆள். இப்போ ஸ்ரீதர் இல்லை வரட்டும். ஓகே, நான் கேள்வி ஆரம்பிக்கல, அதுக்குள்ளே எங்கேயோ ஓடி போயிட்டார். And the last panelist this evening, the one who is going to produce, create and make the magic of Rotary, Governor-elect Saravanan. Okay, and Srini wants to make it very clear that when he was introduced as my president, he wants to make sure that Sara is introduced as Srini's president. Please. ஆனால் ஒன்று கவனிச்சிங்களா தெரியல, எவ்வளோ பேருக்கு ரோட்டரி நம்ம டிஸ்ட்ரிக்டில் ஹவு க்ளூட் யூ ஆர், ஐ எம் நாட் டூ ஷுர். பட் there was only one person who I showed the seat to sit, which was Nazar. பட் மற்ற 3 பேரும் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக இவங்க 2 பேர் இந்த பக்கமும் 2 பேர் அந்த பக்கமும் உட்காடுறாங்க. அவங்க 2 பேர் வேறு வேறு டீம் நினைக்காதீங்க, நான் அப்படி சொல்லலை. ஆனால் the fact remains that 3-2-3-3 is here and 3-2-3-4 is here. It's not by design but by chance. அப்படி தானே ஸ்ரீதர்? வேணும்னு இந்த பக்கம் உட்காரலையா? எதிர்கட்சி கிடையாது, எதிரி கட்சி கிடையாது. Okay, now let's get down to some simple questions, but as was announced earlier, we can take any questions that you may want to ask any of the panelists, of course pertaining to Rotary, any aspect of Rotary, our district or Rotary International or your club, whatever you may want to ask, please feel free to shoot out those questions to Ram Prasad's mobile and we can take it up. And if you want to remain anonymous, we will keep it anonymous. The name of the person asking the question may not be revealed if you choose to do so, if you want to be so. All right, let's start with some icebreakers. Nazar, first to you. You have been in Rotary for about 30 years now, almost? 31 years. He has been in Rotary for 31 years and please applaud. It's a long time he has spent in Rotary, has seen at least 2 generations of Rotarians and has interacted with 2 generations of Rotarians in our district. When it was 3-2-3-0, then it became 3-2-3-2 and next is going to be 3-2-3-4-3. He has seen a lot. Nazar, my question to you is simple question. From the time you joined Rotary to now, what is the biggest change or difference that you have noticed? A few highlights of the change.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm happy to be here with our past director Venki moderating this wonderful session, which is the need of the hour. Because we speak everything other than Rotary, but there has to be a session to talk about our own selves, where Rotary was, where Rotary is, and where Rotary will be. As past director Venki asked, Rotary was completely different when I joined Rotary. And 30 years now, I will just tell you 3 simple things what has changed. When I joined Rotary, I was 37 years old. And I did not find 30s and 40s people joining Rotary those days. And today, I can say that I was also talking to Venki this afternoon, 61% of our district, 3-2-3-2, 61% is below 40. That's the biggest change Rotary has created. Meaning that the average age has come down and youngsters have started joining this organization. Number 2, the Rotary was completely system oriented and it was controlled by lot of systems and kind of a customs, and that has been diluted now. The clubs are empowered enormously by each COL, passing COL, giving the clubs the required independence to conduct themselves. Number 3, when I joined in 1993, there were few women Rotarians, maybe 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. And today, we have huge chunk of women Rotarians in our district, and that's another bigger change. And as women come in, and there is a probability of growth is higher. These are the 3 changes which I have noticed in my 30 years of Rotary. Thank you.
Wonderful. Very precisely you put across the highlights of the 3 decades of Rotary in our region. அதில் நிறைய பேர் எனக்கு சேரும்போது 37 வயசுனாரு, நான் சேர்ந்ததில் 31 வருஷம் ஆச்சுனாரு. குயிக்காக கணக்கு போட்டுட்ருப்பீங்க அவருக்கு வயசு என்னன்னு. எவ்வளோ பேர் அந்த மாதிரி கணக்கு போட்டிங்க? So, I'm not going to ask you for the answer, but I'm sure you would have got the right answer, whatever arithmetic you did. But Sridhar, I want to take off from that question to you. So now, Nazar highlighted some of the big changes between the time he joined Rotary and now. And you have also been in Rotary for at least 25 years plus. 20? 23, okay, give or take a year or two, but almost a quarter century. Now, do you think these changes that Nazar highlighted has improved Rotary or it has deteriorated the quality of Rotary? What is your take on this? இதனால வந்து Rotary improve ஆயிருக்குன்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா?
In the changing environment, the changing times. With the changing times and the changing environment, change is inevitable. I would say that whatever has happened so far until now, it has happened for good for Rotary, for its continued sustenance. Otherwise, I don't think that we would have been an organization for someone to remember even.
Change is inevitable, and you feel the change is, in a way, an improvement to Rotary. Have I got you right?
Yes.
So whatever change has happened is for the good of the organization.
It was most necessary at every point of time and the changes were made. But this organization had the guts to do those changes, and that is what makes the organization to survive. That's what my point.
Srini, now taking off from this, one of the big change that we have noticed in our region is that when it was 3230, I remember when I joined Rotary, our membership was 2,400, 3230. Then a few years down the line, we became 3231 and 3232, when each of the districts had 3,500 plus. And now this year, we're going to become 3233 and 34, with 3231 already being there. And now each of these two districts are going to be 3,500 plus. Now, this growth in numbers is, of course, as Sridhar said, it is a fact of life that we have grown. Is it good or not so good?
In a way, it is good for Rotary, but slightly bad for the district and for the clubs.
Idana kazhuvura meena naduvura meena. Good for Rotary, not so good for
Bad
clubs.
for district and for the organization. What is important is, when my governor Vinky was the governor, Nasser was the membership chairman. From 3,000 to bring it to 4,000, they have been shouting from rooftop. But today, membership growth is happening at the just of a second. The reason for that is economy opening up. Lot of clubs wanted to bring in more members. But in a way, definitely, membership improvement is slowly pushing Rotary on the upper side. That is my view.
So for the organization, you feel it is good. I know you have also been a membership chair before you became a governor. And I know Nazar was also a membership chair. Sridhar has also been a membership chair. Sarah has also been a membership chair. So here we have stalwarts of membership growth. And it's a fact that we have grown tremendously over the years. In a way, it's good for the organization if you can handle it.
In a way, it has to be handled.
In a way, it has got to be handled. That brings me to you, Sarah. See, these three are past governors. You are a future governor. How do you propose to handle membership in our districts? District 3234, because that's what you will be governor for. What is your view on membership? Are you going to push for growth, or is there some other strategy that you have in mind?
It's a very tricky question. 100% as a governor, I am supposed to talk about growth, improve membership from wherever I get it. But to be honest, for me, I believe first we have to find a way to retain membership, because in the last few years, this June month is a very alarming month. We have a very huge drop, then again 1 year it grows. So I thought, as being a new district, first we have to figure out and see if the membership, whatever is there, or they're active. And I am not very keen on making a huge growth. I feel we need membership which can believe in the new changes which I would believe will happen in the new district. And from there onwards, automatically I believe year on year the growth will be there.
Now, are you saying that you are going to push for growth, or you are not going to push for growth? What is your
Okay,
stand?
if you want a straight answer, no, I'm not pushing for growth.
This morning, I'm sure those of you who are present here this morning would have heard our Director Alberto mentioned this in his address also about focusing on retaining our members.
Yeah.
So
That's my first focus.
So you have heard Alberto talk this morning.
Yeah, we've in fact been talking quite a lot about this with Alberto on membership. So I feel let's have the pleasure on retaining, and that retaining will automatically bring more members.
Now my question is, I want to come back to Nazar on this question. Nazar, is retention and growth, is it an either or situation, or can we retain and grow? What is your understanding of this? Do we have to sacrifice one for the sake of the other?
Frankly, no. Actually, the retention and the membership growth can actually happen together. The problem in many of the clubs, when I say clubs, which includes mine and every one of us, the problem in many of the clubs, the membership is happening in a way, the president-centric membership is happening, membership growth. The presidents who are presidents for the year, they bring in on certain circumstances, and when the president relinquishes his office to the other person, and the people also move. That's one thing. Number second, no offense meant. Irrespective of which district the club operates, except maybe few clubs, most of the clubs need, very frankly, basic education of running a club. Quality of club, quality of our regular meetings, quality of family meetings, quality of projects make people stay and grow. And as Venki said, it is important for club presidents, particularly president-elects for 24-25, for Governor-elect Saravanan or Governor-elect Mahavir Botra, they need to concentrate on both retention as well as growth. And for that, the only answer is strengthen your club activities. That's where we are working. And all leaders, for that matter, strengthening clubs and making clubs accountable for retention and membership growth. And both can happen together if the club is good. For example, I'll tell you, I don't want to name the club. There are at least 10 clubs in our own district, 3-2 currently. You imagine or guess yourself. Which is growing every year. Which is growing, all those clubs, 10 or 9 or 11 clubs are growing every year exponentially. 10 members, 20 members they are adding with 100% retention. That is what is important. And those clubs have to be showcased to other clubs. And how they are able to do it, they can keep retention intact with 100% or 99%, plus they grow by 5%, 8%, 10%, 20% every year. And that's a role model case. That's a case study for us. And leaders like us should take those models and introduce in other clubs. That's my feeling.
Nalla point. Educating the Rotarians is very important when you induct Rotarians into Rotary. It's important to educate them, inform them, and involve them so that they become true Rotarians in the true sense. Very valid point, Nazar. I am with you on that. Srini, continuing on this response or reply by Nazar, how would you look at quality of membership versus quantity of membership?
This is an important question. This is a question that has been debated at the national level, at the district level. And nobody can put a full stop either to the quality or to the quantity. It has to happen. Sometimes, earlier days, Rotary was a elitist organization. Only elite people could join Rotary. But in the 90s and in the first half of the 2000 years, what happened was, with the economy growing up, lot of middle-level businessmen found that here was an opportunity in Rotary for them to adorn much more leadership skills, to know much more about other businesses, and also improve their own businesses. In that process, the quality of members came down slightly, but over a period of time, the adjustment mechanism inside the club and also the adjustment mechanism by themselves, the people who joined, we were able to slowly push Rotary to the next level. But all said and done, this is a debate that is going on. Forget about it.
இல்லை சேரும்போது குவாலிட்டினா சேர்ந்தது ரோட்டரி வில் மேக் them a quality person.
இதே தான் நீங்கள் ஒரு பிரசிடென்ட் கிட்ட சொன்னீங்க பெட்ஸ் ட்ரைனிங் ப்ரோக்ராமில் வே பேக் இன் 2006 when there was a debate. அப்போ வெங்கி intervened and said we will make members join first Rotary even if they are not quality, we will make them a quality member. So it is the job of every club, every president, irrespective of whether he is a quality member or not, to make them into quality member. That is the role of the club president as well as the senior leaders sitting in the district.
இப்போ ஸ்ரீதர், there is one aspect which we have not touched upon, which yesterday evening we had a long chat with Alberto also on this. That's regarding Rotract. Nazar mentioned about the average age of a Rotarian coming down. Since the last 30 years, he mentioned that average age of a Rotarian has come down in the last 30 years. But there is also an aspect of elevating Rotract, which all of us know today is a type of membership. How you are one of the persons who has been actively involved with Rotractors at various stages. How do you see Rotract as an organization now in the revised new context? And what should be our game plan to integrate them into Rotary?
I go from the second question. First, the Rotary clubs must leave the Rotractors freely. Number one. I mean, if you leave them alone, they can't handle themselves. It's all the stories what we are trying to build up. We should leave Rotractors to lead their organization. In every Rotract meeting I attend, I come out with goosebumps every time. They go back to the fundamentals, the club meeting, the district meeting, or whatever the meeting they are doing. The fundamentals have not been forgotten by Rotractors. Even today, at times, all of us have to agree that we have slipped away from our original positions. Rotractors are the future of Rotary, and they are not our competitors. They are the people.
ஒரு நிமிஷம், இதை வந்து Rotract மீட்டிங்னு சொல்வீங்களா நீங்க?
Every meeting I have already said, and I will continue to say that. Rotractors are the present. All the time we say that they are our future. It's all gone. Rotractors have to be stopped from using as a PPT, PowerPoint presenters, PowerPoint creators, gift wrappers, and creating the audio-visual creatives. They are most creative, innovative, energetic, compassionate, passion, focused, what not you want. They are the people on that. If we nurture the Rotract clubs, I can tell you, every governor will have automatically a feed of 10%. The Rotractors who are leaving after some time will join Rotary clubs. So I would say that Rotract is the present and also the future.
அதாவது நீங்கள் அவங்கள தனியாக விடு அப்படின்றீங்க, லீவ் தம் அலோன். நம்மக்கிட்ட கற்றுக்கிறதுக்கு ஒன்றுமே இல்லையா அவங்களுக்கு?
Alberto, kindly excuse me, I'm going to use the Tamil language and I will repeat it in English.
Okay, I'll translate to him later,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Rotractors கிட்ட வேகம் இருக்குது. We think and the so-called Vivekam is with us. I can tell you, you put Rotractor into any situation, equal if not less, they will take a decision like us. You please put them into a point and you can verify that.
நான் என் கேள்வி வந்து சிம்பிள். ரோட்டரியிலேருந்து அவங்களுக்கு கற்றுக்கிறதுக்கு ஏதாவது விஷயம் இருக்கா இல்லையா ரோட்ராக்ட்?
The organization, see, it is like a parent, I become 60 years old. If my children think that, nothing there to, teach from, get, taught by him, I'm a postgraduate, he is just a graduate, what he can do? No children will say that. It is the same situation. How you are going to display and demonstrate your capability as a parental organization, that is in your hands for them to come and pick it up from you.
இது சண்டே கன்ஃபஷன் சர்ச் மாதிரி இருக்கு. முதல்ல வந்து அவர் வயசை சொன்னார், இவர் வந்து 60 வயசு இவர் வயசை சொல்கிறாரு. நான் என் வயசை சொல்ல போகிறது இல்லை. Hand over the mic.
You are not asking any known question. You asked Sini one question which I am thumping with answer.
Wait.
Please, that question you have to repeat to all four of us. Yeah, because he is your president, you only asked him that easy question.
Question paper leak ஆயிடுச்சு, அதில் மாட்டிக்கிச்சு.
இல்லை, but Sridhar, I have a complaint. Since you are his governor, he is more biased towards you. He wants to give you fresh questions.
I agree with that.
அதாவது
இல்லை
இதுக்கு பதில் கொடுக்கணும்னு நினைச்சேன்.
கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் லீக் ஆயிடுச்சு, கேள்வி கேட்கறதுக்கு முன்னாடி பதில் வருதாங்க.
சரி, நீங்க
அதாவது நமக்குள்ள சர்ச்சை இருக்கலாம், சண்டை இருக்கக்கூடாது. Sara, now Sridhar mentioned about road tractors should not be treated like a PowerPoint presenter, should not be treated as a audio-visual maker, etc., which very often most clubs are guilty of using road tractors for, we should admit. But my question to you as a person who is in the technology business, how much of technology have we adapted into Rotary and how much more can be done in terms of using technology in Rotary? This is the age of technology. இன்னைக்கு வந்து எல்லாமே ஃபோனில் முடிஞ்சிருது, பேப்பரே கிடையாது. How much of technology can be added to what we have today?
Today, from technology, we are getting into an AI world. Today, even for your stage decoration, you are dependent on all the decorative LED walls. And these LED walls, each and everything is operated by through a software to ensure who is talking, what image should come according to the music, the image changes, vibration. This is the kind of technology we are in. So what has helped this technology is during the lockdown period, we did, I have to repeat, a successful pets online. It was, why a successful pets online is, the first pets, when we did pre-pets 1, we only allowed a viewership to people so that we assumed their connectivity may not be so strong, or they can be sometime, unmuting and disturbing the flow. So after we understanding, we partnered with another team, we were able to have breakout rooms. How physically we can have a breakout room today in any of our sessions, we are able to have a breakout room, give us the feel. And today many meetings are happening online. Your international meetings are happening online. And today a lot of national Rotary activities are happening online. Otherwise, maybe that is not happening. International assembly happened online. And going forward, there is no complaint that we will have low internet unless you are somewhere stuck in a low connectivity area. Technology will become much dependent on the way of operations of our organizations now and the coming future.
So do you still feel artificial intelligence will compete with the natural stupidity of people?
It will.
It will?
It will. We have to wait.
All right. Technology is, of course, a very important aspect of where we are, and one of our action plan points is about being adaptable to changing scenarios. We have two past governors amongst us who did their learning through correspondence. Sridhar and Nandu, they had online international assembly. So by correspondence, they have become governors. Good point about technology. Now, let's get on to something little more interesting or little more controversial, if I may ask. கொஞ்சம் கான்ட்ரவர்ஷியலாக கேட்கலாமா? Okay. Now, this is something that I have been wondering. As a floor Rotarian of this district, I have been thinking about it. Number 3232 is only Chennai city. So there is no logical way of dividing Chennai city into two districts. Because all the clubs of our 3232 all come under one city, and there is no real logical or sensible way of dividing, but we still have managed to divide it into two districts. This is open to any of you to answer. I am not posing to any individual member this question. Why was the district divided at all? Number one. Number two, on what basis have you divided the clubs into various districts? First question, yaar answer panna poring? Why was okay. So on the committee irundha appo governor irundha Sridhar, so he will answer that question now.
எல்லா புகழும் இறைவனுக்கே.
இறைவன் யாருன்னு நடுவில் உட்கார்ந்திருக்காரு பாத்துங்க.
இல்ல நான் இறைவன், நான் ஆண்டவன், ஏற்கனவே ஆண்டவன் நான். ஒரே அர்த்தமா இருக்கலாம்.
First of all, the first question, whether the district need to be reorganized and why it is. So as a governor that year who proposed it, and I think it is my duty bound I am to answer to all of you on that. I have answered many times and I answered today also. and forever in future also I will answer. I was very fortunate that the world has seen COVID. COVID mattum, if COVID has not come that year, I would have got killed in Rotary meetings, traveling from one point to other point this morning to night. I was lucky enough for 4 months to have lockdowns, and I was staying back because only mission critical jobs in Rotary I attended in person. Balance I was in my house and I attended the meetings. Next 4 months I was trying to do some work. By the time I had a fallout, and then I fell down and then I was in the bed. 8 months gone. Another only 4 more months, and I was fortunate enough, I completed the financial year and I started working at Rotary here. I can tell you it is impossible practically for any governor to do a justification for his own job and position. By the way, the clubs are growing at a growth rate of double-digit clubs every year. 150, 170, now it is 200. One of the member of parliament even criticized, rather he was making funny joke on me, saying that Sridhar, we have 200 wards in Chennai. You have got 198 clubs, I understand. Open 2 more clubs, then you will become 200 wards, 200 clubs. That is the way people have told me.
அதுக்காக ஓபன் பண்ண போறது இல்ல.
No, I have not proposed anything. My job is done. And what I am saying is, so practically it is impossible for a governor maintaining his professional commitment, family requirements, and also to attend to the Rotary job for the commitment what he has made to the Rotary world. For that, it is necessary that we need to be reorganized. So there is no second thought about it. And after that, I took a very careful decision to keep me as a convener of the meeting for the reorganization, not to get involved too much into that. The elected leaders, 3 were there, and brought them. And then 2 past governors who had wisdom in their mind, 3 past governors, we brought them into the foray, and 3 plus 3, they discussed and came to the conclusion. How it was divided? Very good question. When you do any change, even if you change, that's the question you asked me.
ஆமா வெரி குட் क्वेश्चन. எனக்கு ஐஸ் வைக்கறாங்க, பதில் சொல்லுங்க.
No, thank you. And the reason and how it was done, anything you wanted to reorganize, ultimately both the parties should become happy about it. It was not my intention at any one point of time to give a more creditable situation to the one district and make the other district fall after few months or few years. That is the reason I consulted more with the past leaders, especially because they have shouldered this district. They know the anatomy of this district very well than me, number one. Number two, I used the justification of my own, and then I allowed the team the way they wanted it. I repeat once again, I allowed the committee which is constituted by me to divide the way they felt it is right, and I just signed it as a convener of the meeting. I did not have any preferences, and I did not even know where I am going to go. That was the situation that day, and it was done with a good cause. It will happen for good, and we are going to have great times ahead. We are not going to be apart. We are not like Pakistan and India. We are going to be one together with a single objective what Rotary is having. Thank you.
அதாவது நிறைய விஷயம் சொன்னார். ஆன் லைட்டர் நோட் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சது என்னன்னா, கவர்னரோட ஹெல்த்துக்காக நம்ம டிவைட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு. Now, would you like to add? Sin, you want to add something? Yeah.
This bifurcation was supposed to happen in the year of Muthu Palniyappan. Muthu Palniyappan devised a proposal formula. Director Vinky was also there. That meeting, Sridhar said, we will take it up next year. Otherwise, it would have happened 1 year before. So bifurcation was always on the cards, and it has to happen. Innor vishayanga, Rotary is an organization of friends. I want to see always eye to eye with Sridhar. How long can I keep fighting with Sridhar for my own interest, for my vested interest, or for the interest of some other people? At some point of time, frankly speaking, this district needs to be divided for much more leadership potential, for Rotary to grow, and for all people like us, and for everyone to be friends. Now, what is the next step? What is the way forward? This district will call members of the other district for all functions, programs, everything. And I hope also the same will happen we will also get invited from the other side.
See, ஒன்று ஆன்சர் பண்ணுறேன். பாஸ் கவர்னர் ஸ்ரீதர் பேசும்போது சொன்னார், யார் அந்த மினிஸ்டர் எம்பின்னு தெரியல, 200 வார்டு இருக்குது, நீங்கள் 198 கிளப் இருக்குங்கன்னு. See, growth is inevitable. You have to keep growing. That's number one. ரெண்டாவது ஸ்ரீதர் பேசும்போது சொன்னார், it is impossible for any governor to manage 198 clubs or 200 clubs. Absolutely right. Second thing, நீங்கள் யோசிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்மளாம் சென்னைன்னு நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். அண்ணா நகர் தாண்டுனா அது வந்து திருவள்ளூர் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்டு. இங்கே வந்து நீங்கள் குரோம்பேட்டை தாண்டிட்டிங்கன்னா இந்த யூ பிலாங் டு காஞ்சிபுரம் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்டு. There are 3 districts involved in metropolitan city of Chennai. It is not Chennai district alone. இந்த சென்னைன்னு நம்ம நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கிற நிறைய பகுதிகள் வந்து சென்னைக்கு கிடையாது. அது இட் பிலாங் டு காஞ்சிபுரம் கலெக்டரேட், திருவள்ளூர் கலெக்டரேட் அண்டு செங்கல்பட்டு கலெக்டரேட்டு. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சிட்டியே அப்படி இருக்கும்போது அவங்க எதுக்கு பிரிக்கிறாங்கன்னா நிர்வாக வசதிக்கு தான் பிரிக்கிறாங்க, அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட் பண்ணி ஆகணும்ல. அதனால் வந்து க்ரோத் வர்றது வந்து கரெக்டு. இந்த பைஃபரிகேஷன் வில் ஒன்லி லீட் டு ஃபர்தர் இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் த ஆர்கனைசேஷன். இப்போ வந்து இப்போ 3 to 3-3ல் வந்து ஒரு 3000 ரொட்டேரியன் இருக்காங்க, 3-4ல் 3000 ரொட்டேரியன் இருக்காங்க. டேக் இட் ஃப்ரம் மீ, 3 years down the line when we sit down and talk, and we will be 5,000 strong district, they will be 5,000, 6,000 strong district, and Rotary will be the final beneficiary. That's what the bifurcation shows. Thank you.
Sir, you want to add something?
Yeah.
I know that everybody has an opinion on this topic.
No.
So,
I wanted to, but I thought some of them literally are taking rest. Their lights are off, so I don't know whether they are resting or not. Some of them alone are showing interest. So PDG Senior says, why do I need
Are you all with us? Are you all awake with us? Thank you.
Those who are not awake, please raise a hand. So as PDG Senior was saying, why should I fight or, stop fight with Sridhar? See, it's all bound to happen in an organization. Now, PDG Nazar says both the district has 3,000 members, and that's good to know 6,000 totally. Am I right? 3,000.
your arithmetic is right.
Yeah. Because as an incoming governor, I had to sign. The only way I got convinced myself was like PDG Sridhar said, Nanda and Ravi told me, Sarani, Governor Ambodhu, 210, 220 clubs I don't know. So that was not really encouraging. And I'm not very wanting to be every day doing this job. Okay, we did it. But that day, the membership was around 8,340, the day I signed. After signing, it has become only 3,000 and 3,000. So this is the kind of a growth we talk. Now, how do we get into a bifurcation was a question which I wanted to straight away answer, because there's no point again wanting to know. It has happened. Certain things should be kept there. Like in school days when we play hand cricket, 2 of them suddenly happen to become captains. And how do we choose a team? You don't call the BCCI and all that. So each captain chooses his friend or somebody he knows in that crowd who plays better. ஸோ சாரா நீ இங்கே வாடா, ஸ்ரீதர் இங்கே வாடா, இப்படி மாற்றி சிம்பிளாக முடிச்சிட்டோம், வேறு ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. ஆஸ் தி ட்ரூத் இஸ், வி ஆர் இன் த சேம் சென்னை. ப்ராபப்ளி தி பாண்டிங் அண்ட் talk about Rotary's bonding and fellowship will grow more stronger between 3233 and 3234, and this is my promise.
ஒரு சீரியஸான மேட்டரை விளையாட்டு மேட்டர் ஆக்கிட்டாரு. I'm going to touch upon another controversial or thought-provoking topic. You're free to say that you don't want to answer. If you don't want to answer, that's fine. Okay. See, one of the biggest complaints about not just our district but about several districts in India is the issue about election practices. I don't want to use the word malpractices, I want to use the word practices. Election practices which are not necessarily in line with our manual of procedure and our code of conduct. So, as leaders, what should be done to change this scenario if you think it needs a change? Or if you don't think you need a change, why do you think you don't need a change? Any of you can answer this question.
I'll answer first.
Okay. This school ரொம்ப நல்ல பிள்ளை போல இருக்கு, எல்லாத்துக்கும் கை தூக்கிட்டு இருக்க.
டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பாலிட்டிக்ஸ்க்கு வந்து தி எலெக்ஷன் ரீசன் அது என்ன சொல்ல வந்தீங்க நீங்கள்?
நான் சொல்ல வந்து யூ கேன் ஆன்சர். ஐ ஆஸ்க் வாட் எவர் ஐ நீடட் டு ஆஸ்க்.
ஓகே. இல்லை தி எலெக்ஷன் ப்ராக்டிசஸ், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் வி நீட் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் வேர் தீஸ் ரொட்டேரியன்ஸ் ஹவ் கம் ஃப்ரம். They come from a society, a community where we need to compete even to go and worship a god in a temple. We go there We try to even bribe the god at times, give 500 rupee ticket and go in a shortcut and see the god and come back home. Our society is built and knitted very much into this competitiveness in our mind, even to do good in this world. So, these practices, I'm not saying it is right because I got some few RI position, it will be stripped off if I say that MOP is wrong. MOP says right only. When the adaptability comes, probably I'm confidently tell you in the next 10 years' time, this so-called election practices, this code of conduct, all will go into air because there is nobody will be there even to lead that day. Each one will have their own choices everywhere else. So unless otherwise we started changing ourselves, attendance rules taken away full. A day will come, we will not be so serious about all this. What you do at the back of the door, you have to do it in the front of the door, one day will happen. But I'm waiting for that day.
Yes, you are, Srini.
All these election practices devised by Rotary International will not be applicable to the fullest extent what Rotary International expects in India. In the Western countries, it is different, where there are no contenders for office of the district governor or for any other post. Here, because of the organization, stature, and many other things, there is a healthy race for the position of all elected officers. Now, Rotary International says there should not be campaigning. At least in India, you expect that the contesting candidate needs to talk to someone, at least the basic thing. And that also can be called as campaigning. If you talk to someone that I'm contesting for elections, that can be construed as campaigning. But Rotary International views things differently. Until they have proper evidence, I'm not going to go into that. But as Rotarians, as past governors, we need to draw a Lakshman Rekha to what extent we should go for conducting an election or to the extent of election, supporting a person who is contesting election. My only appeal is we should not cross the Lakshman Rekha at all costs. That is one thing. And as Sridhar said, maybe down after 5-10 years, all these code of conduct practices, Rotary International is talking of flexibility. At least Rotary International is talking of a separate election formula for Australia and many other countries. At least the directors in this part of the country should devise a strategy where campaigning should be allowed freely. The day it happens, Rotary growth will grow much more. I will also tell one example. When I was a district governor, I went to a club to conduct a governor's visit. I don't want to name the club. It's just a 20-member strong club. A 20-member club. What did they do? Once in 2 weeks, they come, have a drink and go. I said, where are the speaker meetings, where are the projects? He said, we don't do all that. Then why you want to be a Rotarian? Why you want to start a Rotary club? Why don't you join a social club? The amount of money you pay to Rotary International, you pay there, you have a drink, enjoy that. அவன் சொன்ன ஒரே வார்த்தை யுனானிமஸாக சொன்னது சார் இங்கே எலெக்ஷன்ஸ் வருது அட்லீஸ்ட் பீப்புள் கால் அஸ் வி ஹேவ் எ சென்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஃபீலிங் பீங் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் இன் ரோட்டரி இஃப் ஐ ஜாயின் அ சோஷியல் கிளப் ஐ லூஸ் தட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் தட் இஸ் வை வி வாண்ட் டு பி இன் ரோட்டரி ஸோ எலெக்ஷன்ஸ் ஆல்சோ plays a minor role in membership growth. If there are no elections, if elections are being conducted in a fair way, the membership of Rotary would have definitely come down. That is my view.
Okay, no, I'm not going to debate this any further, but I want to make one thing very clear here. Rotary is governed by a set of rules which can be amended through the Council on Legislation. There's always a method to amend rules if we think it's not applicable, so that members will know this is the procedure that is followed in Rotary. I'm not debating your point, but just to make it very clear that there are set of rules, and Rotary is a democratic organization where there is a council where every district is represented which can amend any rule. That's where the attendance rule was amended. That's where the classification rule was amended. That is where the frequency of meetings were amended. So there are methods by which rules and procedures can be amended through the Council on Legislation, where this year our good friend Sridhar is going to represent one district and Chandramohan is going to represent the other district at the council. So we leave this topic here because I've been told that we are running short of time. I want to ask one final question to each one of you. The same question to all of you. Which is, in your opinion, one thing which a club should do right for it to be a vibrant club? Only one thing a club should do for it to become a vibrant club, in your opinion, which is that one thing? We'll start with Sarah.
My only thing which I believe is important, and I'm going to also focus every club can get their family together, have regular family participation, they will surely be a vibrant club that will yield to get more projects, more attendance. Simple.
So family participation is the key to a success of a club as per Sara. Now Sridhar.
Involve and engage the last member into your club activities in some way or other.
Make sure every member is involved and engaged in Rotary.
Conducting proper regular meetings. See, I am a member of a Rotary Club. I give my time and energy and money to the Rotary Club for exchange of kind of a things. So I derive that kind of a pleasure only when my Rotary meetings are happening properly as Rotary International wants the club to operate. For example, if the regular meetings are happening regularly with proper structure, with proper speaker, and automatically attendance will improve. Once attendance improves, retention happens. When retention happens, new members come in. And everything, the club activity, vibrancy, and the club's functioning, everything will depend on the kind of regular meeting the presidents today and the president-elects tomorrow, how you are going to conduct the regular meetings. Regular meetings are the answer for all things for the Rotary.
Conduct regular meetings. Yes, Srini, over to you.
I go by 2H formula. Happiness and happenings inside the club makes a club vibrant. Whether it is regular meetings, projects, or family participation, or district events, anything, have a separate formula for that club. But it should be a mix of everything. What gives happiness and happenings inside the club for the members, that club will grow.
Thank you, friends. I think it's been a wonderful discussion with the four of you. Thank you very much, each
Thank
one
you,
of you.
thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
What a wonderful session. There are some unanswered questions which the panel will answer later. So to honor the panelists, I'll call upon District Governor Ravi Raman, the conference chair Meenakshi, and let me also call upon RA Representative Alberto to come on stage to honor the panelists. Let's show our appreciation for the leaders. Put your hands together, give your full energy now.
Thank you so much, past Rotary International Director. A.S. Venkatesh, thank you so much. PDG Srinivasan, thank you so much. IAS A.K. Nazar, PDG Sridhar, and of course our District Governor-elect,